As Marshal of the University, it is my honor to declare open the proceedings of the College Diploma Ceremony of the 515th Convocation of the University of Chicago and to introduce the university's 13th President, Robert J. Zimmer. Please be seated.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the College Diploma Ceremony. We're very pleased that you're able to be with us to celebrate the hard work, personal growth, and overall achievement that we recognize today with the degrees I conferred this morning and the diplomas that we are about to award. The University of Chicago is a complex institution with many schools and divisions, in addition to the college awarding many different degrees. The college, however, plays a very particular and central role in the fabric of the university. It is the one part of the university in which students' education is, by design, connected to all the schools and divisions. Consequently, it is the one place where faculty from around the university come together to craft a common curriculum for the students that they share. In this way, the college is an expression of the values and fundamental principles of the University of Chicago, and an important intellectual meeting ground for all students and faculty, testing ideas from students and faculty with a startling range of interests and perspectives. Today, we celebrate your individual achievements and welcome you as new alumni of the University of Chicago, but we also celebrate your role in the ongoing history of the university, in the development of the very distinctive education and culture that in your time here, you help to reinforce and renew with your work every day. I hope you enjoy this moment and the personal milestone it represents, as well as your contributions, past and future, to the stewardship of one of the great treasures of higher education in the world, the College of the University of Chicago. Congratulations.
As Provost of the University, it is my pleasure to introduce 3 members of the class of 2012-2013 who will be offering remarks this afternoon. They will be speaking in the following order: Amara Ugwu, Rahul Roy, and Jonathan Grabinsky.
Praise God, we made it. President Zimmer, Dean Boyer, distinguished faculty, families, and fellow graduates, good afternoon. My name is Amara Ugwu, and I represent one of the many voices of this graduating class of 2013. Frederick Douglass, abolitionist and author, noted that if there's no struggle, there's no progress, and I am sure that we can all attest to the validity of this statement, whether it was struggling through genetics, life away from home, or the Chicago winters. As a result of the various challenges that we have faced, we have become stronger, more refined, and more intelligent versions of ourselves. Today, as we gather with family, friends, and faculty to commemorate the past 4 years and to reminisce about our formative college experiences, let us reflect on who we have become and who we can become. This convocation ceremony is important because tomorrow we will be graduates of the University of Chicago. Tomorrow we will be among the few who were privileged enough to walk this quad, to partake in the UChicago core, and among the few young adults around the world with a college degree. Right now, the question is, how do we move forward? What does it mean for us to be good stewards of this education that we've been privy to? First, we must acknowledge those who helped make our college experience possible, Today, as we prepare to move towards the future, it is pertinent that we hold fast to our support networks, those who have encouraged and grounded us throughout the years. Parents, families, friends, and mentors, I take this moment to thank you. We ask that you continue to support us as we embark on our future endeavors. Like many of my classmates, I came to the University of Chicago because I desired a college experience that would challenge me. Fellow classmates, we did not choose the University of Chicago because it was easy. Why then should we look for a life of comfort and ease after receiving our diplomas and plunging into the real world? We have a responsibility to our communities, to our world, no matter our majors or aspirations. Whether we are in medicine, finance, or academia, we must not solely focus on selfish ideals, prestige, or aspirations of grandeur. Rather, we must challenge ourselves to be civically engaged. Life after college should not be about living sedentary or quiet lives. The challenge is to take these past 4 years, the connections we've made, the unique passions, to take this degree and to do something relevant and positive with it. 8 years ago, my family and I immigrated from Jamaica to the United States. I had no idea that I would end up at a school like the University of Chicago. As Nigerian immigrants, my parents valued education even when the means were very limited. But it was with the help of people like my high school teacher, Dr. Brown, who dedicated herself to teaching at an urban public school that I made it. I am here by the aid of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation because a man pursued his passion but used his influence and money to make an impact on the lives of others. I am here because a medical doctor from Stanford University created the Questbridge program, helping high-achieving, low-income students attend top universities. I am here because of people, much like you and I, who decided to make an impact in this world with the means and the mind that they had. Today is our last day as undergraduates, and as we prepare for our future, as we move into tomorrow, let us hold fast to the words of Frederick Douglass, remembering that if there's no struggle, there's no progress, and that progress in our own communities and in our world can only happen when brilliant minds like us decide to become engaged.
What up? All right. Yeah, as someone who feels like he didn't know what the hell he was doing over these past 4 years or why he was doing it, as someone who actually wanted to transfer out of this school during his first year, and as someone who can barely speak to one person, let alone, 20,000 people, I feel like I'm probably the last person who should be up here at this podium right now delivering a speech at his college diploma ceremony. But here I am, so instead of giving you the kind of speech that tries to inspire or empower or impart wisdom, I decided to write something a little less serious, a little more uncommon, you could say, because this university loves that. After all, this is the approach I used when writing the essay that got me into this school, so it's only fitting that I leave it in a similar fashion. It's a poem that might sound a little familiar if you're a fan of 90s teen movies. It's called 10 Things I Hate About UChicago. All right. Let's go. I hate the way your brochures convinced me that you were the perfect place. I hate how I learned so much, yet feel like I've retained so little, barely a trace. I hate how I felt like you marooned me in a boring bubble in the South Side. I hate that all the hair-pulling all-nighters you had me spend at the reg have rendered my brain forever fried. I hate how Your stimulating discussion seminars forced me to learn through participation. I hate how almost every paper you had me painstakingly write was basically just another opportunity for mental masturbation. I hate how stupid. I hate how stupid and average I felt in the company of all of my amazing peers. I hate how morbidly depressed your long, cold winters made me feel, so much so that I disposed most of my income on beers. I hate how 4 years just flew by, as if it wasn't that long ago when we first arrived here in the fall. But mostly, I hate the way I don't hate you, UChicago. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all. Well, at this point, I should be running off the stage crying, but honestly, I think I did enough of that during all my episodes of existential melodrama over these past 4 years. My sister, parents, and roommates can attest to this. Honestly, when I sat down to reflect on my college experience, my dominant feeling was that of regret. I hate to say it, but I totally took this school, this rare place and moment in our lives, as inspired so much love and so much hate, for granted. Indeed, love and hate on their own are pretty boring binary feelings, but together in simultaneous tandem, they form bittersweetness, which is rich, complicated, powerful. Today, I encourage you all to let your guard down, because I know for a fact that I've kept mine up for far too long, and to really embrace and savor this feeling, the feeling of the day, this day we've been downplaying the significance of for so long in our heads. So let it take over. Let it sink in. Courage. Gracias.
Hello, everyone. Hi, that's going to be hard to follow. All right. The other day, I was sitting outside my apartment on 54th Street waiting for the bus. I was carrying a backpack that was heavier than usual and wearing a pair of jeans that had absorbed the strong and strangely comforting odor of the fifth-floor cubicles of the reg. After a couple of minutes, the 171 bus showed up. Unfortunately for me, it was 10:15 a.m., aka University of Chicago student rush hour. I pushed and I got pushed, feeling both a sense of community for sharing a bus with my fellow students, but also a strong rivalry as I competed with them for the precious and limited seating space. This is probably what life after college is going to be like, I thought. Stepping into the world outside of college will be like stepping into the 171 bus at 10:15 a.m. It is going to be slow, it is going to be crowded, and it is going to be very competitive. The University of Chicago prides itself in sculpting the minds of students in a way that allows us to handle the most theoretical and abstract concepts. And like most students here, I take pride in belonging to such an institution. But faced with an uncertain future, some of us wonder, why did I spend 4 years learning all this theory? 4 years learning about Foucault, about the delta epsilon definition of a limit, if, at the end of the day, I do not have a set of skills that are transferable into the labor market. And I believe that these doubts, these concerns, although valid, emerge from a distorted understanding of what the college is about. I believe that theoretical education provided by the college is, in essence, a skills-based education. And let me tell you why. First, as conceptual thinkers, we are great problem solvers. Whenever faced with a challenge, we will use both our skepticism and our knowledge to dig into the roots of the issue and tackle the problem from the center outwards. Second, as conceptual thinkers, we can easily empathize with individuals who hold different views. And we can be more empathetic because after having been exposed to the various competing explanations of the world, from religion to history, from fine arts to economics, we know that no such thing as an absolute truth exists, but that instead the world is a tug of war between many equally valuable realities. And so when given an opportunity, we will voice our opinions, but we will do so humbly. Instead of saying the truth is, we will say some narratives propose. Instead of saying the facts are, we will say the evidence suggests. And instead of saying you're wrong, we will cite the wisdom of one of the greatest intellectuals of the 20th century, Jeffrey the Dude Lebowski. And we will say, you're not wrong, but yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man. Third, as conceptual thinkers, our capacity to absorb new material comes naturally. And this is perhaps one of the greatest gifts that we take with us from the University of Chicago College. As conceptual thinkers, we know the right questions to ask, so that anything we don't know, we can learn. Stepping into the world outside college will be like stepping into the 171 bus at 10:15 a.m. It is going to be slow, it is going to be crowded, and it is going to be very competitive. But as University of Chicago graduates, as conceptual thinkers, I think we have a good set of skills. And that should help us find our way around the bus. Thank you, gracias, and congratulations, class of 2013.
At this time, in the favoring presence of the congregation here assembled, we will begin the awarding of diplomas to students by Collegiate Division. The Masters of the Collegiate Divisions and the University Marshal will present candidates whose major fields of study fall in their respective areas. At the start of each Collegiate Division's presentation, we will grant the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Awards for excellence in undergraduate teaching. The Quantrell Award is believed to be the nation's oldest prize for undergraduate teaching and is among the most treasured by our faculty, for selection is based on letters of nomination from the students. At this time, I should also like to call to your attention the award of honors listed in the convocation program. The presentation of Quantrell Awards and college graduates will be in the following order: the Biological Sciences Collegiate Division, the Humanities Collegiate Division, the New Collegiate Division, the Physical Sciences Collegiate Division, and Social Sciences Collegiate Division, and finally, any students in any division selected for their high academic achievement to serve as student marshals.
Jose Quintans, William Rainey Harper Professor, Department of Pathology in the College, Associate Dean of the Division of the Biological Sciences, the Pritzker School of Medicine and the College, and Master of the Biological Sciences Collegiate Division, will present the first Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. He will then present to the President and the Dean the graduates in the Biological Sciences Collegiate Division.
Christine A. Andrews is an evolutionary biologist with research interests in the ecological and morphological correlates of foraging and anti-predatorial behavior. She is also an exceptional teacher and laboratory director of essential courses on evolutionary adaptation, biodiversity, and most recently, microbial and human cell biology for pre-medical students. The following comment best summarizes her teaching style. Professor Andrews is a fantastic teacher. She's organized, conveys her points clearly, can break down complicated topics, and encourages students to learn. She is one of the most dedicated teachers I have had at Chicago. Other students describe Christine Andrews as demanding, but helpful and fair. She has clearly established herself as a popular and highly effective classroom proponent of evolutionary biology. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Christine A. Andrews for the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Education.
Scholar of evolution and inspiring teacher, Christine A. Andrews leads her students in classroom explorations of the Darwinian principles underpinning modern biology and medicine. Christine A. Andrews, on behalf of the University of Chicago, I now confer upon you the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Congratulations.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Master of the Biological Sciences Collegiate Division, I have the honor to present for their diploma these students who have completed programs in the biological sciences. Tamator Abu Ghanem, Maria Acevedo, Sandra Ajik, Noah Alexander, Alexander Michael Anakin, Darlene Teresa Ariel, Jade Christina Avery, Emily Ariel Bamberger, Nathan Timberlake Bartley, Joseph Guido Bartolacci, Maria Sol Bernardez Sarria, Margaret Ann Bowie, Austin Michael Brown, Justin Michael Burns, Christina Xiang Cheng, Emily Cheng, Grace Luoya Cheng, Joshua Ming Cheng, Kevin H. Cheng, Vincent Corti Cheng, Minaz Mazabin Chowdhury, Catherine Alexandra Quantrell, Aisha Diamond Crockett, Shivandri Das, Javier de la Rosa, Hang Deng, George Dewey, Catherine Ann DeCipio, Lauren J. Dunning, Sevde Felek, Bethany Rose Fixon, Charles Gerhard Fry, Michael Jasek Ferdina, Munjo Ann George, Jordan Dominique Green, Jonathan David Goodman, Liam Edward Hines, Michael Kenneth Helser, Cyrus Lee Hinkson, Dong Nu Ho, Emily Volina Ho, Matthew John Horch, Simo Wong, Noah Jun Hu, Tony Pilar Yurkota, Nasim Jamnia, Quincy and Yoma John, Stephanie Joseph, Andrew K. Kam, Chloe and Manuel Kern, Sungwoo Kim, Sun Kim, John V.R. King III, Sami Khalil Kishawi, Maura Ann Knapp, Amit S. Coley, Bridget Christina Craigie, Haley Ann Creston, William Nana Prakwateng, Shelby Avent Lane, Tu Ming Lee, Jenny Kyung Yong Lee, Catherine Abra Lesko, Helen Sijung Lung, Lucy Lee, Molly San Liu, Anthony Lee Loigley, Yulu, Phoebe Scott Lyman, Shane D. McKay, Paulina Alcibieta Mikolachik, Catherine Loriana Minaya, Rachel Nicole Mittelstadt, Dagmara Isamar Moscoso, Robert Walton Moses, Sarah Alicia Murayes, Yutu Nafakufu, Chinab Ahuya Navalka. Mohammed bin Navneed. Carmel Annette Nichols. Yusung Park. Joseph Humpark. Finally, Niranjan Patel. Daniel Luis Pejither. Alex Plamenov Penev. Sonja Olivia Pearl. Lucy C. Peterson. Michelle Ann Pitch. Abigail Marie Point. Panayota Corina Rigas. Walter Alfonso Rossi. Carlos Sagun. Marcia Salijin Tasang. Jeffrey Mark Sauer. Ryota Sekin. Dustin Garlaban Shaw. Saaduddin Mohammed Siddiqui. Ajit Singh. Catherine Noble Sodrowski. Kristen Elizabeth Sparanyan. Elizabeth Claire Tatey. Michael Armin Tartel. Victoria Ann Tamaka. Peter John Tilowski. Jenny Zuoyu Wang. Richard Wang. Shelby Janelle Winans. Ariel Wolf. Ethel Francis Young. Justin C. Yu. Giovanna Alessandra Sampierolo. Eric Zhang. Shohei Zhang.
Richard Neer, William B. Ogden Distinguished Service Professor, Departments of Art History and Cinema and Media Studies, and the college, will present the next Llewellyn, John, and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellent in Undergraduate Teaching. This will be followed by the presentation of graduates to the President and Dean by the Master of the Humanities Collegiate Division.
Thank you. Aidan Kumler is a subtle, imaginative, and innovative scholar of medieval art whose powerful scholarship has brought her national and international recognition. A graduate of the college herself, she sat where you sit now in 1996. She is a teacher who is simultaneously demanding and engaging, one who inspires students to work beyond what they had taken to be their limits, while guiding them to discoveries about medieval art and, not coincidentally, about themselves. One undergraduate recently wrote, "She is a dynamo and brings an almost fierce passion to her classes." Aidan Kumler combines a mastery of scholarship with an intense love of teaching, and the resulting synthesis is incandescent. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Aidan Kumler for the Llewellyn, John, and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Education.
Innovative scholar and inspiring teacher, Aidan Kumler illuminates the pleasures and profundity of medieval art for her students. On behalf of the University of Chicago, I now confer upon Aidan Kumler the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Congratulations.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Master of the Humanities Collegiate Division, I have the honor to present for their diploma these students who have completed programs in the humanities. Graham Ernest Al-Bakhtin. Mohammed Saeed Ali. Miguel Eduardo Andrada. Angelica May Villaluz Atien. Stephen Gregory Baylog. Stefan Alexander Jaswinski Bartel. Melissa Jean Bela. Alice Yvette Kirk Best. Robert Joseph Blakesley. Andrew Robert Bouchardy. Peter Bream Boucher. Martia Shannon Bradley. Kimberly Ethelyn Bullock. Laura Catherine Kane. Danielle Caillet. Nicholas Christopher Castleman. Bianca Gabriela Shamuska. Maximilian Eliu Shanulidir. Helen Chen. Andrew H. Cho. Thomas Danby Chun. Charles Hunwell Clark. Hannah Rose Clark. Kaylin Joshua Cole. Quinn Emily Coulter. Carolyn Quigley Crouch. Emma Catherine Quito. Mary Catherine Cunningham. Avital Sarah Datkowski. Cynthia Inez de la Rosa. Tianyuan Deng. Joanna Yang King Derman. Grant Dowling. Dowling. Grant Dowling. Anna Barnett Dozer. Julia Simone Beckhard Dretel. Eli Aaron Adelson. Nolan Stephen Epstein. Polly Eleanor Smith Faust. Eric Ben Faderman. Iran Y. Flicker. Dory Amelia Fox. Kaylee Frampton. Ilana Olivia Friedman. Joshua Pierce Fry, Sage Marie Gerson, Catherine Jean Gibbons, Emma Jamela Gist, Sarah Elise Goldberg, Maria Jane Gorbati, Chiara Francesca Grafe, Sarah Ellen Granger, Andrew Kirby Simonsick Green, Greta K. Grobulik, Julia Aviva Hahn, Corey Evan Harold, Ariella Clarissa Hartman, Michael Jelani Harvey, Anthony Uluwatobi Haslett, Yuan Hay, Jonathan Candell Hayden, Thomas John Hines, Eitan Ephraim Heller, James Williams Hines, Carolyn Jacqueline Hoke, Benjamin Henry Suvane Horn, Shelley Naomi Horowitz, Jessica Ann Howe, Emily Connie Hu, Amy Huang, Chung Ming Huang, Mary Kay Hunter, Hassan Hilmi Isham, Yorika Yakman, Michaela Elizabeth Yandacek, Anders Heron Johnson, Anna Rose Johnson, Lena Jovanovic, Daniel Thomas Kaiserski, Anna Petkova Karatsova, Catherine Michelle Katzer, Wayung Ki, Sarah Kim, Anastasia Klimchinskaya, Veda Kwang, Emily Barbara Lagatola, Jordan Amanda Larson, Alexis Nicole Lassiter, Lori Lee, Armand Joseph Now Levy, John Michael Lisowski, Manuela Londono Corrales, Joseph Ronald Longenecker, Joseph Daniel Lovins, Katarina Libby McLean, Magdalena J. Mahoney, Charlene Magnus, Daniel W. Mane, Melinda Lou Marquardt, Claudio Martinez, Thomas Emmanuel Mathe, Taro Leslie Matsuno, Autumn Lee Mikonika, Hannah Gabriela McGinty, River James McIntosh, Caitlin Elizabeth McEwen, Catherine Lee Mears, Kyle James Meltzer. Sibe Mi. Celeste Milan. Catherine Erin Mitchell. Lorena R. Mitchell. Daniel Kenneth Moore. Tiffany M. Moran. Anthony John Nemoli. Prenanka Diva Narula. Tommy James Naylor III. Marie Eleanor Nelson. Yorai Neu Yestich. Evan Scott Nichols. Tara Jean Notaboom. Linda Kesa Niemba. Joshua Bernard Obermann. Isabel Christina Olive. Gabrielle August Panic. Alicia Michelle Pappas. Edmund Ty Park. Zoe Maria Napua Petticord. Chowan T. Pham. Bryce Andrew Porter. Benjamin Gill Pokros. Zoe Elizabeth Polak. Anson Pontiner. Talia Prusen. Raghavendra Jaithirth Rao. Julia A. Revson. Sophia L. Riemenschneider. Kevin Dollard Robinson. Molly Claire Roden. Penelope Malka Rosenstock Murray. Jesse Amelia Sterling Roth. Aaron Jacob Rubin. Connor Andrew Ryan. Elizabeth Carpillo Sanders. Minna Catherine Schilling. Thomas Frederick Schmidt Arenales. Melissa June Scott. Connor Sebastian Settlemeyer. Angela Lee Sherman. Temple Shipley. William Lewis Sims. Lane Anthony Smith. Lucas Seaton Smith. Kumlasari Sonjaya. Susanna Russ Spar. Sam Henry Spiegel. Alex Chandler Stein. Margaret Ruth Strayer. Tareen Alicia Strohmeyer. Christina Strother Garcia. Aaron Darsel Taylor. Helen Jing Tang. Shaya Coriano Trotman. Robert Stephen Tuttle. Eslin Joseph Usher. Sophia Valia Naji. Michael Vincent Verity. Ryan Todd Wallach. Sophia Maria Weirley. Whitney Heather Westmoreland. Jacqueline Dale Whitman. China Addison Whitmere. Elizabeth Odessa Margot Williams. Marilyn Margaret Ruth Williams. Tiffany Lauren Young. Esther Shia Yu. Darcy Molly Ada Zaretsky. Stephanie Zailoya.
The Master of the new Collegiate Division will now present graduates to the President and the Dean.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Master of the new Collegiate Division, I have the honor to present for their diploma these students who have completed programs in the new Collegiate Division. Derek Danshi Ayu. Caroline Elizabeth Brander. Elisa Manuela Carino. Omar Gabriel Castro. Rachel Catherine Crosby. Kate Cameron Davidson. Mara Rose Kennelly Easterbrook. Joshua Isaac Fox. Daphna Ellen Gall. Henry Hewitt Jenna. Eric Moses Gurovich. Kagan Wynn Hanks. Calvin Bradley Crow. Celine Milan. Amy Rebecca Myers. George Edward Powell III. Sharan Mahesh Shetty. Kimberly Page Siegel. Nastasia Mariana Tangarini. Kashira Monique Turner. Evan Spencer Weiss. And Daniel Jacob Weisbart.
Edward C. Blucher, Professor, Department of Physics, Enrico Fermi Institute in the College, and Chair, Department of Physics, will now present the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Awards for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. This will be followed by the presentation of graduates to the President and Dean by the Master of the Physical Sciences Collegiate Division.
Jeffrey A. Harvey is a leading theoretical physicist who brings to the classroom the same rigor, clarity, and penetrating insight that have led him to fundamental advances in string theory. A student in his undergraduate quantum mechanics course remarked, "I believe that Carl Sagan's assertion that there are physicists who are devastatingly cool was written with this man in mind." His lectures make challenging material approachable, and he takes care both inside and outside the classroom to connect with his students and ensure that they comprehend the material. The ability to make difficult concepts clear while making physics enjoyable is a rare gift that distinguishes his teaching. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Jeffrey A. Harvey for the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Education.
Gifted teacher and eminent theoretical physicist, Jeffrey A. Harvey leads his students to a deeper understanding of physical concepts. Jeffrey A. Harvey, on behalf of the University of Chicago, I now confer upon you the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Congratulations.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Master of the Physical Sciences Collegiate Division, I have the honor to present for their diploma these students who have completed programs in the physical sciences. Dimitrios Andriopoulos, Melita Sophia Aquino, Athanasios G. Athanasiadis, Samuel Martin Bailey, Madeline Grace Barnacle, Ethan Bass, Anish Bhatnagar, Alicia Marie Bierstead, Matthew Thomas Bizjack, David Sutherland Blair, Maxwell Joseph Blumenfeld, Stephen Bogatz, Bradford Dean Boonstra, Charles Howard Brittenham, Leah Elizabeth Brodsky, Elizabeth Ashley Brown, Gregory Dylan Brown, Peter Thomas Brown, Carl Wilhelm Theodore Butt, Bruno Hennig Cabral, Taejing Kai, Guy Karim Jacques Calam Puy Martin, Dragos Alexandru Kalugar, Shin Kao, Charles Ian Ormsby Carey, Fernando Quatley Castro, Garrett Robert Chado, Cheng Chen, Li Wei Chen, Jacob A. Clementi, Sean Thomas Clemmer, Mary Grace Clutter, Elizabeth Renee Connolly, Alexander Jason Conway, William Joseph Degu, Blake Elliott Daniels, Davi Eric De Silva, Hunter Cole Davis, John Calder Delaney, Sarah Ann Del Cielo, Audrey Helene Marie Devoe, Travis Cameron Dietz, Erica Lynn Dunn Weiss, David Anthony Durfee, Daniel David Zubinski, Christos Economou, Kai Huntington Eldridge, Eldon Elmonto, Vicky Espinoza, Douglas Alvin Everson Jr., David Gordon Fetterman, Kyle Gerard Felker, Paul Michael Fisher, Francisco Ramon Fonta, Mark Evan Fornace, Asher Thomas Gabara, Franco Manuel Gallastegui, Alexander Joseph Gazda, Alexander Maxime Grant, Etienne Bigia Greenlee, Ray Hanwen Gu, Kareem Imad Hanan, Irvin Yang Ho, Jonathan Michael Hodnefield, Daniel Edward Macon Hoff, Dexter Istvan Horthy, Alexandru Hostuk, William Orrin Hudson, Alexei Yuchkov, Sarah Anjum Iqbal, Daniel Gregory Ish, Gabriel Shea Jacobs, Robert Michael Jathlow, Desmond Devon Jones, Wyatt Patrick Jones, Prakriti Pradhan Joshi, Upili Anirudh Kanan, Paul A. Kaplan, Michael David Carfunkel. Jason Robert Cass. Dhruv Kedar. Noam Keesum. Young Kun Ko. Thaddeus David Komasek. Nina Kuklasova. Bayardo Jose Lacayo. Eric Sean Landry. Jae Hyun Lee. Nietzsche Litusha Walit. Colin David Leatham. Sichi Lee. An Cheng Liu. Sha Liu. Sean Patrick Livelsberger. Dominic Anthony Lobreco III. Song Yang Lo. Jiaming Liu. Dylan John Lynch. Joanna de Oliveira Machado. Maximilian Ismael Magana. Michael Allen Malice. Paul Joseph Menino. Jonathan Bernard Margolius. Haney Maxwell. I think, isn't that Haney Maxwell? David Francis McDermott. He's Haney Maxwell. David Francis McDermott. Hannah Messinger. Michael Hamilton Miller. Gregory Alexander Mitzias. Reed Frederick Verchik Molbach. Bobby Morales. Daniel William Moran. Michael Ray Morrow. Joshua Mostico. Ethan Thor Muldoon. Sultanat Muslim Ali. Nikita Nanjia. Peter John Nabras. James I. Negus. Ding Xuan Eng. Matthew Emerico Notar Berardino. Matthew Thomas O'Connor. Edmund Josu Olivas. Tyler Francis Pizzera. Yuki. Tyler Francis Pizzera. Yuki Joyce Pang. Samuel Timothy Peterson. Dylan Robert Piat. Michael Pisti. Carlin Johannes Jokela Poling. Dmitry Popov. Martin Ray Posthumus. Christopher K. Price. Kathleen J. Q. Todd Nolan Rochowen. David Gilbert Ramsey. Isabel Rice. Benjamin Graylin Richardson. Luther Dale Reinhardt, Mark Andrus Roberts, Grant M. Rotzkoff, Jacob Samuel Sachs, Zachariah Sachs, James Joseph Salazar, Anirudh Sankar, Lori Ann Sartain, Kareem Iskandar Sayeg, Catherine Anna Schreiber, Cullen David Seaton, Miranda Grace Seats McLeese, Michael Evans Sexton, Kevin Lee Seawald, Jeffrey David Shahinian, Muhammad Muaz Sharif, Danielle Arif Sheikh, Peter Chunghua Shin, Eileen Fong Xuan, Eleanor Shoshani Anderson, Abhinav Srestha, Mark Elliott Sykoff, Molly Nora Simon, Nolan Andrew Scotchdopel, Wati Sreenan, Aaron Alexander Staroff, Jules Raby Stefan, Maxwell Edward Stolarski, Lara Caitlin Strickland, Yan Shou Tan, Kari Dominic Thompson, Nicholas Bjarn Thompson, Trevor Edward Thompson, Waria Thongsamboon, Adriana Sofia Torres Rivera, Anseli Pining Trauta, Alex Michael Torzillo, Daiichi Ueda, Anil Vaitla, Gotham Varadarajan, Andrew James Villadson, Eric Bernard Vilhauer, William Lewis Waldrep, Kairui Glenn Wang, Yu Hui Wang, Ji Wang, Stephen Warui, Spencer John Washburn, Shlomo Hillel Wayne, Sealy Wen, Warren Grant Wilder, Samuel Ryan Wilkin, Zachary Side Witten, Maxwell Wen Shang, Piali Yang, Sheer Judith Yehoshua, Michelle Shinyi Yo, Patrick G. Fu Yu, William Robert Zeck, Kevin Zhang, Michael Hanming Zhang, Ruji Zhang, CD Zhang, Lily Zhao, Wenjia Zhao, Jeffrey Xin Zhang, Alec Mark Zimmer.
Elizabeth S. Clemens, Professor, Department of Sociology in the College and Chair, Department of Sociology, will now present the last Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. This will be followed by the presentation of graduates to the President and Dean by Konstantin Fasold, Professor of History in the College.
Kristen Schilt is an innovative scholar of gender and sexuality, an award-winning author, and an extraordinary teacher. In her research, she explores fundamental processes in the transformation of identities and lives, illuminating how interaction and organization contribute to the process of becoming something other than what one once was in terms of belief, action, or gender. She also brings this interest in transformation to bear in her teaching. As one student explained, "No professor I've had better meets this high standard of education. She's urged me to confront comforting binaries and to question easy answers. But more uniquely, she's grounded her challenges in rigorous empathy. As a mentor, she is ready to acknowledge the dilemmas and difficulties confronted by students, but also to expect that their responses will produce a deeply informed understanding of the institutions and structures that shape their experiences within the university and beyond. Through lecture, discussion, and personal example, Kristen Schilt conveys the power of examining one's life within society. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Kristen Schilt for the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Education.
Innovative scholar and inspiring mentor, Kristen Schilt challenges her students to bring empathy and rigor to bear on their efforts to understand social life and transformation. Kristen Schilt, on behalf of the University of Chicago, I now confer upon you the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Congratulations.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Master of the Social Sciences Collegiate Division, I have the honor to present for their diploma these students who have completed programs in the social sciences. Harrison Abrams, Francisco Javier Acosta, Seth W. Adams, Gala Aids Laurent, Brittany Agostino, Shafali Agrawal, Glago Ekpenitawarn, Edgar Alarcon, Jesus Albaran, Charna Neely Albert, Hassan Muhammad Ali, Alexander Altskan, Eric William Anderson, Lester Zhansheng Ang, John Stephanus Anton, Allison Rebecca Albrethnot, Marley Sinead Arechiga, Anna Mia Rowan Alsano, Kenneth Azael Ayala, Maham Ayaz, Joy Isomi Ayamoba, Diego Baina, Amber Michelle Bailey, Bethany Ann Bailey, Amishi Bajaj, Olga Claudia Bajorek, Andrea Irina Balika, Victoria Lee Baran, Denver Hughes Barrows, Vincent Benton Bauer, Eric Alberto Bayarano, James Evan Belcher, Travis Christian Benegas, Jennifer Camilla Berger, Peter Quinn Berkowitz, Jacob Alexander Berman, Raghavira Bettina, Leela Bhatia Newman, Andrea Julia Bishop, Alice Rose Blackwood, Ross Erickson Blau, John Raymond Bobka, David Ian Bodo, Anna Catherine Boots, John William Gaffigan Barakovich, Maggie Catherine Borowitz, Samuel Thomas Brandt, Demetrius Nicholas Brizolara, Eliza Claire Brown, Samantha Maria Brown, Samuel Brennica Brown, Benjamin Robert Bullock, William Thomas Burgo, Joseph Leland Bybee, Maeve Ingram Campbell, Margaret Claire Cantara, Deborah Capiro, Christina Carazza, Ross Maya Karstens, Sandy Maria Carter, Alexander Douglas Casarigo, Michael John Casey, Derek G. Chan, Hei Min Chang, Lin Shi Chang, Paul Jinwei Chang, Cosette Elizabeth Chappett, Ivy Jane Charneski, Vasilius Chatsialanis, Alan Shu Chen, Christine Chen, Diang Cheng, Kevin Chen, Elan Chen, Christopher Leland Cheng, Edward Cheng, Jolon Cheng, Stephanie Ling Chow, Rachel Jiwon Choi, Rochelle Viola Schwinar, Naveed Ahmed Chowdhury, Anina Bernadette Christensen, Megan Lim Chua, Ha An Chung, Jessica C. Chung, Jack Aaron Kinnaman, Excel Marie Clochard, Shayna Denise Coelho, Jennifer Lynn Cohen, Melissa Lynn Collins, Elizabeth Cordova, Kiriaki Council, Catherine Margaret Crane, David John Cross, Chaz Terry Cruz, Claudia Cruz Leo, Kimberly Nicole Segan, Coral Nithya Dabarera, Arnav Dalmia, Michael John Douse, Lena Dayam, Lauren Elizabeth Dean, Maren Helen Deck, Merdad Diraxan, Denali Tanushka de Silva, Martin Joseph Detmer III, Kareem Diane, Jesus Alejandro Diaz, Claudia Diaz Alimani, Joseph Soren Dillenschneider, Clementina Dioguardi Lopez, Kwesi Jin, Patrick Edward Donnelly Moran, Mark Theodore Doss, Abdul Rafiu Dosunmu, Katrina Ann Doxey, Amir Eric Drain, Charles Du, Joyce Chenjong Du, Yanshi Duan, Malika Dubey, Jared Abraham Dummett, Michael Francis Dunn, Anita Shireen Duta, Alex Robert Zerbicki, Eleanor Dorothy Easton, Fernando Emilio Echeverry, Cody James Edgeworth, Robert Allen Edstrom, Ashley Marie Edwards, Sneha Elongo, James Nathaniel Elliott, Matthew Michael Epps, Hannah Delenisa Urku, Cyrus Sagatol Islami, Liani Estevez, Daniela Michelle Estrada, Andrew Tu-Ming Fan, Roger Fan, Anthony Giorgio Farias Eisner, Anne Elise Farrell, Jan Sharona Feldman, Maria Ismenia Ferreira, Erica Ann Fernandez, Daniel Marco Fernandez Baca, Eli Fish, Crystal Ming-Yi Fong, Andres Fonseca, Andrew Myers Foodie, James Raymond Foster, Kelsey Leah Anna Faust, Maxwell Frank, Caitlin Rose Friesick, Noah J. Gale, Matthew James Gallery, Kelsey K. Ganser, Ya Gao, Miranda Miriam Garcia, Noemi Garcia, Joseph Kirksick Gardner, Mihailo Gasich, Dylan Suzanne Genest, Michela Latina Gilbert, Nina Ganeden, Jean Raquel Go, Crystal Marie Godina, Ratna Gojineni, Hannah Katzender Gold, Theodore Francisco Gold, Jordan Graham Golds, Ian Mitchell Goller, Alexis Ariana Galling Sledge, Munir Sami Goma, Tianchan Gong, Wade Tan Gong, Abigail Lourdes Gonzalez, Michael Kelso Gonzalez, Jerome Charles Goodrich, Itir Gorguk, Jonathan Grabinsky Zabludovsky, Christopher Noel Graff, Elizabeth Love Grant, Emily Joy Greenwood, Clinton Joseph Greiner, Janaea LaKay Gripper, Lexi Renee Grove, Marina Romanova Grozdanova, Juan Oten Guevara, Ilya Gutin, Victor James Gutwein, Jonathan James Haderlein, Daniel Christopher Hahn, Ryan Mark Hammond, Xiang Ho Han, Brian Thomas Hart, Amanda Rachel Hartman, Vesna Metopum Haz, Christina Marie Heinrich, Celeste Alexandra Henkelman, Matthew Zane Henrici, Bianca Yesenia Hernandez, Dallas Christian Herndon, Samantha Elizabeth Hobson, Jean-Michel Devine Hoffman, Michael Hong, Yiwei Ho, Catherine Marie Huff, Hadia Shoshanek Hosipian, Remy John Hovsepian, Emily Catherine Wren, Vivian Hua, Helene Wei Huber, Rachel Ellen Hyman, Batul Ghazi Mahmoud Ibrahim, Patrick Siu Wing Ip, Nusra Ismail, Naomi Anna Jacobs, Benjamin Raphael Patrick Jacobson, Shahia Jaffrey, Marco Anthony Jaimes, Shivani Jen, Eric Clark James, Mara Catherine James, Binyam Bizune Jarso, Nan G, Diana Lin Ja, Janelle Jin, Anure Joe, Erin Simone Johnson, Sean Keegan Johnson, Samantha Lee Jones, Andrew William Jordan, Brendan David Jordan, Marco Bernard Jerkovic, Mayor K. Roan, Gabriel Michael O'Malley Kalal, Bilal Shahid Kamal, Akshaya Suresh Kanan, Malini Bhavani Karta, Min-Soo Kong, Tarika Qatar, Ji Min Kim, Micah Kim, Rebecca Yewon Kim, Yi Hyun Kim, Christopher Charles Peter Kingdon, Mavis Koenig, Mark J. Kubicek, Apurv Kumar, Tara Kumar, Kevin Wenkai Kwok, Hyuk Chan Kwan, Julian M. Lafarge, Mashka Trisha Alex Lafond, Lily Lai, Garrett Matthew Laird, Shu Han Jeffrey Lamb, Gary Anders Landgren, Danielle Alyssa Landrine, Ni Lang, Benjamin Philip Lang, Amy Bianca Lara, Raymond Matthew Laws, James Matthew Layton, Ji-Shang Lee, J.I. Lee, Jason Kaming Lee, Jin Min Lee, Jonathan Jin Lee, Noah Gray Eagle Lee, Sing-Yan Lee, Tracy C. Lee, Terrence Lee Jun Rong, Matthew Roland Lemieux, Alice J. Lee, Chen Lee, Catherine Jingyi Lee, Lyndon Mengyi Lee, Stephen Bohang Lee, Jinyi Alice Lee, Daniel James Leiden, Marissa Lieberman Klein, Jenna Ray Lilimo, Jung Ha Lim, Linda C. Lin, Victor Isaac Lin, George Jackie Liu, Linda Liu, Hannah Marie Locke, Hannah Conchetta Loftus, Emily Diane Lohman, Lucas Matthew Lutz, John Reynold Herman Lopez, Monica Luna, Alfredo Luque, Joseph Jordan Luria, Elizabeth Jane Lyon, Matthew William McKenzie, Raja Medeski, Kirsten Ann Matson, Mariana Magala, Mark Paul Mavi Jr., Vivian Yan Ting Mack, Neha Malik, Ryan William Mallitz, Alexander John Mamick, John Charles Manley, Karina Amina Manaf, Mariana F. Manzanares, Racy Mao, Olivia Catherine Mapes, Tomas Marquesini de Alvarenga, Adrian Markowitz, Catherine Ann Marsden, Francisco Alejandro Martin Albi, Luis Javier Martinez, Zachary Scott Martinez, Michael Walton Marvin, Tyler Eugene May, Alan Edward Tadeus McCormick, Matthew Joseph McCracken, Kayla Nicole Christina McDonald, Laura Ann McFadden, Michael McGovern, Lindsay Cecilia McKenna, Liam Edward McLaughlin, Alexandra Nina McLeese, Jennifer Lynn McPhillips, Andrea Maria McPike, Brandon Wesley Meckelberg, Jose Raul Medina, Elizabeth Margaret Mayer, Maria Fernanda Melgar, Dylan Keeley Mayer, Valerie Rose Michelman, Ashley Irene Michnick, Mirta Milanes, Andrew Edward Miller, Molly Ann Miller, Tamari Andre Miller, Emily Ann Meinhardt, Victor Jose Montesinos, Thomas Dwight Moore, Ian Matthew Morey, William Robert Morgan, Alexis Nola Morris, Marsha Melissa Moses, David Mosden, Osama Eamon Marian, Molly Agnes Munson, Stephen Patrick Murphy, Parvati Murukurti, Iman Naeem, Vikas R. Natesh, Elaine Christine Naughton, Ariana Nicole Nedelman, Samantha Sue Newey, Andrew J. Nicholson, Andrea Hannah Nishi, 13 Mandu Jeeman, Kelsey Leanne Norris, Hannah Obertino Norwood, Alexander Lee Novitt, Jennifer Lynn Nudo, Christopher Robert Nwaka, Katrina Lynn Nygaard, Dexter Newman O'Connell, Aiken S. of Lazar, Claire Elise Shoban O'Grady, Natalie Otiniano, Ammon Kosi Owens, Daphne Ozatun, Alexandria Antonia Pabic. Hannah Pei. Edgar Datuan Pal. Nancy Pantoya. Hei Jin Park. Jason Seung John Park. Paul Ian Park. Sandra Park. Sunkyu Park. Neil Ajay Patel. Carolina Copeland Paul. Madeline Rose Pendergast. Julie Marie Jane Pendleton. Vicky Iris Pong. Bryn Barrett Perneau. Lena Phelan. Vincent Pham. Sean Stieg Pierce. Michael A. Pearson. Alexandra Pitcher. Lucas Pleva. Oriel Pope. Dustin Matthew Popeil. James S. Poulos. Neha Kareem Premji. Gabriel Robert Pugel. Megan Lee Putty. Eugene Chongmin Pune. Catherine Elizabeth Radovan. Priya Latha Raja. Nandini Lalita Ramakrishnan. Minura D.A. Kasan Ratnasekera. Alexander Winston Reed. Markel P.K. Reddish. Nicole Franzen Reichert. Rachel Reed. Daniel James Reese. Andrew Casper Rhodes. Hannah M. Ridge. Saida Noreen Rizvi. Elizabeth Warrington Roberts. Stephanie Ann Roby. David Andrew Rogers. Kayan Rowe. Tal Reutberg. Philip Wesley Royce. Danny Rosa. Michael William Rosemeyer. Andrew Christian Rosner. Nicholas Timothy Ross. Matthew Eric Rothfuss. Rahul Roy. Joseph John Rutiger. Ishara N. Ruffins. Kelly Marie Runyon. Devin Alexandria Russell. Jacqueline Elizabeth Ryan. Sumaya Sad. I Sahara. Jorge Saldana. Sophia Athena Solis Brookwell. Daniel Alexander Santana. Mark Andrew Santana. Despina Saramadis. Brandon William Saunders. Samuel Barrett Scarrow. Lee John Schleifer Katz. Emilia Ann Schlesinger. Amanda Schlumpf. Stephen Michael Schwab. Aaron Alexander Schwartz. Joshua Simon Schwartz. Christine Diane Seidensticker. Matthew David Selman. Syed Feroz Hassan Shah. Phoebe Elise Shambaugh. Tejas Shyam Shankar. Kevin Matthew Shelton. Stephanie Michelle Short. Adam Ray Shuboy. Demir Siddiqui. Emily Rose Siegel. Heidi Elizabeth Siegrist. Rachel Marissa Silver. Federico Klaus Simon. Duet Man Vivian Sin. Niharika Singh. Justin Edmund Sipiora. Lorca Jolene Sloan. Jacob Jerome Smith. Jordan Sokolowski. Katrina Love Sonderman. Stephanie Amanda Sotomayor. Emmanuel Panayiotis Suganidis. Mattel So. Glenn Francis Springman. Colleen Elaine Starseth. Christopher James Stavitsky. Luciana Claire Steinard. Alexis Lotus May Stewart. Tatum Megumi Stewart. Daniel Jason Sudman. Rachel Charlotte Sullivan. Carolina M. Swider. John Christopher Tabosh. Jennifer Marie Versosa Talbot. Gabriel Tamez Navarro. Gareth Weishong Tan. Stephanie Andini Tankilison. Ethan Cleary Tate. Kathleen Marie Taylor. William Ingalls Taylor. Sneha Shah Thail. Priya Tepkanjana. Aimee Tian. Samuel Russell Tuschik. Lester Chan Pong Tong. Sarah Torres. Chanel Marie Trejo. Catherine Jean Trella. Joseph Elias Tripolitakis. Dennis Yang Chen Tseng. Catherine J. Tu. Alexander Michael Tucker. Amara Grace Ugwu. Anjali Sarah Ulick. Sarah Elizabeth Ungerite. Karina Valentin. Jordan L. Van. Michael James Van Roten. Kartik Reddy Vantakala. Igor Vasilovich. Shruti Venkatesh. Christian Emil Verhulst. Stephen Anthony Vickery. Arjun Vij. Isamar Villaseñor. Cassandra Brianne Walker. Matthew Dorsey Walsh. Cole Douglas Walters. Bing Wong. David Wang. David Sibo Wang. Jason Weiyao Wang. Michael B.K. Wang. Yifan Wang. Yujo Wang. Robert Wesson Ward. Makiko Watanabe. Shinya Watanabe. Danielle Marie White. Caroline Nicole Whiting. William Edward Whitmore. Simon Albert Wiener. Tamara Raquel Wiesbrunn. Brian Daniel Wilkinson. Matthew Thomas Williams. David Henry Wind. Carissa Wojenski. Benjamin Aaron Wolf. Christine Yike Wong. Calvin Wong Yan Sheng. Anne Elizabeth Leanne Wood. Anne Sue Woodward. Olivia Montine Freeman Woolham. George Alec Woskub. Giovanni Anton Marziani Robel. Tian Hao Wu. Alice Feiyu Shu. Bo Kyung Yang. Bohong Yang. Jin Yang. Kevin Yang. Minghan Yao. Tatenda Toriro Yamike. Chihiro Yoshida. King Yi Yu. Yuki Yuan. Joanna Victoria Zabiega. Anthony Li Zhang. Julianne Nan Zhang. Maggie Zhang. Tianlin Zhang. Wei Hao Zhang. Claire Yaru Zhao. Nelson Zhu. Ruping Zhu. Minji Zhu.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Marshal of the University, I have the honor of presenting for their diplomas the Student Marshals in 2013, appointed by the President for their excellent record in academic studies and their contributions to the university and its community. They have served exceedingly well as Student Marshals. Kushal Raghuram Adanki. Sophia Despina Abadabish. Joshua James Bosshart. Severine Zheng Yang Kao. Thomas Stephen Chapman. Sarah Shaki Kordeman. Isaac William Dalkey. Christopher Stephen Davey. Matthew James Dirks. Haley Israel Donor. Sadaf Ferdowski. Connor Craig Gilroy. Naomi Rose Ullendorf Gorfinkel. Helen Paula Hales. Ashley A. Hardiman. Emily Christine Heaton. Theodore Everett Kent. Tae Yan Kim. Faith Regina Lakin. Samantha Minji Lee. Victoria Antoinette Lee. Tyler Leeds. Stephen Ross Lurie. Tricia Ann McCrae. Salika Albas Maila. Roxanne Tiana Picard. Nicholas Anthony Pop. Catherine Quintero. Margaret Suzanne Hamilton Reef. Jessica Rose Sampson. Rebecca J. Schmidt. Harmon Matthew Siegel. Gregor Fausto Sigmund. Julia Marie Hosel Sizek. Julius Samuel Stein Supenick. Bailey Marie Steinworth. Vasant Stefan Subramanian. Weston Randall Tom. Alba Augustine Tomasula y Garcia. Daniel Martin Traficante. Nicole Ann Tutunik. Onome Ohuba. Gabriel Jerome Valley. Frank Tian Wen. Huiting Zhu. And Helena Yu. Please stand for the singing of the university's alma mater. Please be seated.
The sun is out. 3 years ago, and 9 months, I had the pleasure to address you in Rockefeller Chapel on opening day of the college. It's thus a very special pleasure now to address you at the close of your studentship at the university. From across America and around the world, you came here to Chicago to become citizens of this great university. You've remained loyal and engaged citizens of your hometowns, your home communities. But in coming here, you became citizens of another community, a university that has always had a noble and a universal mission in American higher education. More than most universities, our community has understood that with the great historian and analyst of the 19th century university, Cardinal John Henry Newman, that the most fundamental purpose of a true university is the cultivation of the habits of intellectual culture that give truly educated citizens a strength and energy and a dexterity not only to act in the world, but to master it. Moreover, in doing this work well, we are empowered with what Newman called an ease, a grace, a versatility, and a success to pursue all callings, all vocations, all sciences, making the intellectual culture of this university a profoundly useful form of human endeavor. In graduating today, you have joined for the rest of your lives a community that many consider to be the ideal university, a place of integrity and authority and efficacious intellectual power used to encourage the development of the creative will. Down through the decades of our history comes a cascade of respect for the educational work of your university, for the good that it has done, for the creativity that it has cultivated, for the self-confidence and talents that it has sponsored in its students, and for the standards of excellence that it has demanded of all of us. The grandeur of our community, that which shines forth to each person who visits us even for a short time, and that which graces each of us today who have the high privilege of joining this community as permanent members, is that it is a courageous and a fearless place, a place of strong liberty and vibrant convictions, and out of all those convictions, and out of all the generations of free and open debate that they have sponsored and protected, has arisen an institution truly worthy of the meaning and the promise of the higher learning. Very few institutions in our society, or in any society, have had such power to enrich and to transform human life. You came to Chicago with immense hopes and with ardent zeal, and you've worked mightily to be worthy of this great university and the special honor that attaches to anyone who passes through it. We cannot know today the particulars of what lies ahead in each of your lives, but we do know that you are strong and perceptive, that you have the grace and the determination to begin to master the world, and that you will succeed and flourish and make significant contributions to all of your communities. It was a privilege, it was a great privilege to have you as our students. It is an even greater honor to have you as our alumni. And I hope that you will never forget the extraordinary impact that the university has made on each of your lives. And so I say to you in your new role, as I said in the chapel on that wonderful September afternoon, now almost 4 years ago, as our newest alumni, I welcome you to a most distinctive community. I welcome you to a university that stands as a model for all other universities. I welcome you to your University of Chicago. May you encounter good fortune in the fascinating journeys ahead, and I wish you Godspeed to all. Thank you.
Tune all your voices and
thank you for attending today's ceremony, and on behalf of the university, extend best wishes to all graduates and their families and friends. I also welcome you to continue today's celebration by joining your respective class under the tents in the Harper, Classics, and Social Science quadrangles for a reception. Please remain in place until the platform party and graduates have withdrawn. This now concludes the College Diploma Ceremony of the 515th Convocation of the University of Chicago.